Hey, welcome. Ever wonder why a certain smell can just flip your mood in an instant? Or why that one scent everyone seems to love does absolutely nothing for you? Well, today we're going to break down that super personal relationship we all have with aromas. We're even going to figure out how to build a kind of scent compass to find your way through your own emotional world. All right, let's dive in.
Okay, first up, let's talk about scents, the stereo. Because believe it or not, smells have this incredibly powerful, almost invisible pull on the choices you make every single day, whether you realize it or not.
So, let me ask you this. Can a scent actually change your mind? It sounds a little out there, right? Like something from a movie. But the answer is a huge yes. And honestly, the research behind it is pretty mind-blowing.
So what's this number all about? 45%. Get this, that's how much a casino slot machine revenue went up just by pumping a nice, specially made scent into the air. That's how much power a smell has over our subconscious.
And it's not just about getting you to spend more money either. In Japan, some offices actually use specific scents to make people more productive and cut down on mistakes. It's all part of this whole field called aroma marketing, which is basically the science of using smells to influence what we do.
Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting, because there's a huge difference here. You've got aroma marketing on one side, which, let's be honest, is kind of about manipulation, using scent to push you toward an impulse buy. But then, on the other side, you have aromatherapy, which is the complete opposite. It's all about using scent to connect back with yourself, to come home to yourself.
And that brings us to a really common problem, right? We're all told to follow this generic advice that just doesn't take our own unique, personal chemistry into account.
I mean, you've all heard it a million times, right? Lavender calms you down. Citrus gives you energy. But here's the thing. Your body isn't a textbook. What if lavender actually makes you feel kind of weird and conflicted? Or citrus makes you a little anxious? This one-size-fits-all advice just doesn't work for everybody.
And this is the key takeaway here. Your reaction to a scent isn't set in stone. It's always changing. It's like a mirror reflecting what's going on inside you. Your health, how stressed you are, your memories. It's a snapshot of your inner world in this very moment.
So how in the world do we map these super personal reactions? Well, that's where this next tool comes in. It's called the GEOS Emotional Map.
GEOS stands for the Geneva Emotion and Odor Scale, and it was actually first used by perfume and food companies. But it's this brilliant way to map out the whole complex emotional world that a scent can create inside of you, going way beyond just, I like it or I don't.
And just look at how detailed this gets. We're not just talking good or bad. We're measuring things like calmness, vigor, joy, and even dislike or irritation. It gets into sensuality, relaxation, the whole spectrum.
And the whole point of this isn't just to be some cool science experiment. The goal is for you to create your very own personal emotional map. Think of it like a personalized guidebook that shows you exactly which scents can help you feel the way you want to feel.
Okay, so to really show you how personal this is, let's look at a little experiment. Two aromatherapists, Svetlana and Jolanta, decided to put this to the test. They smelled the exact same essential oils and mapped out their reactions.
And they started with a classic, right? Lavender. We're talking the same bottle, same oil. Now, you'd think two experts would have a pretty similar reaction. Well, not exactly. Check this out. So for Svetlana, lavender was exactly what you'd expect. Super relaxing, sensual, and she barely disliked it at all, a 3 out of 10. But for Jolanta, it was a total paradox. She also rated it as highly relaxing, but her dislike score was a 6. So her body was sending these mixed signals, this internal conflict. That scent was telling her something way more complicated than just, hey, relax.
Then they tried frankincense, and one of them said this, which I think is amazing. For me, frankincense is pure balance. It doesn't pull you up or push you down, it just centers you. It wasn't about pushing her in one direction, it was about finding that perfect center.
And get this, the physical feelings were just as unique. With peppermint, they both felt something on their right side. But for one, it was goosebumps. For the other, it felt like the scent was clearing a path. Isn't that wild? It's literally your body speaking its own private language.
Okay, so this is all super interesting. But how do you actually use it? How can you build your own toolkit for your emotional well-being? Let's talk about creating your own personal aroma compass.
The best way to think about this is not as a one-and-done test. It's more like a regular checkup with yourself. It's a chance to just pause and ask your body, hey, What do you actually need from me right now?
And the process is actually really simple. First, you just pick an oil. And if you can, try not to look at the label so you don't have any preconceived ideas. Then you just breathe it in, slowly, and really notice what happens in your body. After that, you just score it from 0 to 10 on those 6 GEOS factors. The whole trick is to trust what you find. If an oil has a low dislike score and a high score in what you're looking for, say calmness or vigor, that's your winner. That's your ally for that moment.
But what about the scents you don't like? This is such a cool idea. A high dislike score doesn't automatically mean you should avoid it. Sometimes an aroma that we don't like at first is actually trying to tell us something our mind is just getting ready to hear. It's like we have to grow into it.
So, the big takeaway here is that you can build your own personal aroma first aid kit. You can have your go-to scent for focus, another for chilling out, another one for joy, and it's all based on what your body tells you works, not what some book says is supposed to work.
And really, that's the whole point of all of this. It's about shifting away from just following generic rules and starting to listen to your own inner wisdom. Your body already knows what it needs. You just have to learn to listen.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. If you were to just pause, right now, take a deep breath, and really listen, what is your body trying to tell you today?